Okay, welcome to game 2 of the series. Game 1 was brutal. Just utterly brutal. Talisman annihilated Barton. 500-0 in 17 minutes, and I should put up the scoreboard, shouldn't I? Should update this right for... Okay. 500-0. Going into game 2, Talisman playing as Soviets this time against Barton's Oster. I don't know if Barton just isn't super comfortable with Brits yet, or I don't know what happened, but I know for sure he's comfortable with Oster. He's played Oster plenty. I think there's a decent chance he's going to give Talisman a tougher fight this time around. Talisman will have the momentum, though, and he's going with a conscript opening, 3 cons, against also a conventional Oster opening. Barton playing much more defensively this time. Maybe not much more defensively, but somewhat more defensively. Sends his Pios for the defensive fuel, and then sets up Grins in this house. Machine gun hovering, looking for a target.
Fresh Grenadier squad.
MG jumps in the house.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
They're just kind of hovering around each other, no serious engagements yet. Conscripts managed to actually sneak behind Barton's own sandbags. Pios built those sandbags and the conscripts actually jump behind them, so that's an amusing plot twist. Conscripts also set up in yellow cover at range on the other side, and Barton's just taking shots at range, kind of losing out on the territory situation as a result. Grins moving up to flank. More Grins moving up to flank. And the conscripts have to retreat. This squad has also been replaced with a fresh one, I think. Wounded one goes to Cap. Pretty good map control situation for Talisman, starting out the game with both munitions and both fuels, at least temporarily. Barton's going to send his Pios back to base. Maybe start thinking about teching up soon after his 4th squad of Grenadiers comes out. So 4 cons versus 4 Grins, plus MG42 support. Barton should have the advantage in the early game, up until the point Talisman starts fielding guards or maybe tier 2. I'm not super familiar with Talisman's favored style / build order, so I don't actually know where he might go from here. I don't think that I've cast him yet in this tournament either. His Oberkommando West style seemed like a very standard battle group headquarters build, though. So I'm expecting his Soviets not to be anything too radical either. Yeah, pretty good RNG for Barton there. Didn't take a single loss. In fact, I'm not sure he's taken any losses yet at all. He has. He's taken 3 on his Pios, I suppose. So good opening for Barton. Really good. At least in the manpower game. Map control game, not as much. Does appear to be giving Talisman a little bit more trouble here. Managed to scare off that flamethrower, so this flank attempt has pretty much failed, I think. Don't think those conscripts are going to stand back up with Grenadiers charging them. So there they go. Barton may actually get control of the south somewhat. More conscripts are on their way, though, and the machine gun is heavily wounded. He can't stay there much longer. The next flank will clear that building for sure. Although there are no Molotovs teched, he is going to just go tier 2. Man, for some reason, these Grens are bulletproof. Except for that squad. That squad managed to drop 2 models, but the manpower game for Barton is strong. Look at that, 20 to 5. Just lost a couple Pio models. I think only 2 Grenadiers have died in this entire game. There's the flank attempt. The MG really needs to run away. He goes for one burst, but it's too late. He already made it to a green cover position. MG42 retreats, and this flank will cost Barton some manpower. Finally. Needing to avoid a fresh squad, he's just going to rotate south and wait for reinforcements from base. He's losing control of the north because of his difficulties mid, and the fact that his MG had to retreat. Tier 2's up in his base. Meanwhile, Tier 2 also up in the Soviet base is producing a Maxim. Talisman winning for map control, but he is bleeding. Not as badly now, but he is still probably bleeding more than Barton. And Barton's starting to get some pretty good veterancy going on his Grens as well. At 1 and 2. He just fired a rifle grenade. I don't think it did much, though. Just killed 2 conscripts.
We are losing a sector.
Okay. Late retreat. I'll get away. Maybe. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon with that conscript accuracy buff. That was close. LMG upgrade on one squad over here is going to win that engagement as well. Conscripts can't do too much at long range. And Pio's going for the cutoff. What is with these super early... That is a hyper early AT gun, isn't it? I don't know. I guess Talisman could actually have a T-70 out reasonably soon. So not hyper. I don't know. He could have got like 1 squad of Panzer Grins or something first if he wanted them. I take that back. That's reasonable timing. I see it. I see it. Demo charge over there. Wonder if Barton will spot it. It's not really cheese. I mean, you can see it. Like, it's not really behind the building at the default camera angle. If he got close enough, he could spot it right now. Yeah, he sees it. Maybe.
How does that look?
I don't know if Barton's like used to this. Yeah, he sees it. So, down that goes. 65 munitions essentially wasted. Yeah, they're visible. You have to stand somewhat close to them, but they'll just show up.
The enemy is taking our territory.
It seems like a drastic change, Get Good Son, but honestly, you can just hide the demo behind the building, and they are quite hard to see. Like, people still get wipes with demo charges, and they're cheaper now too, so in a way they've almost been buffed, like, depending on how you use them. They're just a little different, really. I wouldn't say that they're straight up worse.
We are losing a sector.
Yeah, you can't put in capping circles. That's true.
Headquarters attacked.
I think that's a good thing, though. I prefer that. It's really not fun to walk a squad into a capture circle and then they're gone.
fresh mortar crew has arrived.
See, this was actually just a clever way to create some green cover for himself. Now he's got an awesome little green cover.
Enemy forces
Green
are
cover
securing
position.
our territory.
That Maxim can just camp there all day. Good deal. Gonna retreat from mortar fire, though.
The bunker is now a field hospital.
Tough VP game for Barton. Cannot seem to get VP control. He's double capped right now. Just can't seem to get a good map presence, even though I do think he's still way ahead for kills.
Attempting to steal our sector.
No, I'm not like drastically ahead, but up by 20 against Soviets, against conscripts. It's not like amazing, but it's all right. He needs to do better, though. Talisman is maintaining excellent map control on this. His composition hasn't changed in like several minutes because he's just trying to survive on it until he gets tanks. He's gonna have T-34, I suppose, or something like that. Soon he could get a 76 right now if he wanted to, but he's gone armored assault, so he might see 85s instead. Oh, I think everybody agrees that this patch is a fantastic patch. I'm 100% with you there. Some of the changes were slightly controversial, like the looks thing and maybe the demo thing, although I've come to kind of like the demo thing, honestly. You can still use them effectively, and their cost reduction makes them less of an all-or-nothing kind of thing. I like it. At first, I was like, I don't know if I like that, but I've decided I like it. Same with the Greyhound, where I'm kind of like, is that OP? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Confusing. Ooh, he's putting a flare in the crater. See, look at all of the interesting stuff
The enemy is taking
happening
our
in this game because
territory.
of that demo charge.
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
Yes, it's ours!
There's a rumor floating around that there's going to be, like, a hot fix and then, like, one more patch and then, like, that's it. There will be no further support for the game. An end-of-life patch. So they can focus on AoE 4 and stuff, so I hope it's a good one. I really hope it's a good one. If they don't, like, do anything super ridiculous and then just leave the game horrible, that would be sad. Honestly, they could probably leave it like this and it would be pretty okay. Just hope it's a step in the right direction. Victory points are ticking away slowly. Barton's certainly doing way better this game than last game, though. He's putting up a much more serious fight. But he just can't seem to get a fuel point. So he's going to turn to mobile defense for his anti-tank needs. A Puma hitting the field. Tough to kill T-34-85s with Pumas. Pretty tough. They are chunky tanks. That's going to take some pretty fiddly micro, but I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see what happens. We've got a second squad of combat engineers out. No minesweeper though.
Forces are securing our territory.
Just going double flamethrower for even more firepower and building control. Conscripts have performed pretty well. They didn't even need the PPSH upgrade to stack up quite nicely against Barton's forces. Barton is going very infantry heavy. He's got 4 Grens, 2 mortars, plus his MG42. Now an AT gun and a Puma to try and deal with the T-34. 2 mortars is really going to put some bleed on Talisman. If he holds still even for a second, he could be losing squads. Pretty good tank hunting there. Takes a little damage, but does a good amount in return. He's got the T-34 down to half, so that'll be off the field for a bit. AT grenades coming for the Puma. Have to be very careful. Engine damage on a Puma is pretty much a dead Puma.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
I don't know if a Panakumas in this loss. Didn't Sidolio beat Von Ivan using mobile defense? I think he went tier 4. He didn't go like Pumas. I don't know if he built. I can't remember off the top of my head if he had any Pumas. It was pretty much mostly his tier 4 build that won the game. But he did have like Ostrupen all over the place. That's I just remember him having like a whole army of Ostrupen.
We have secured this sector. Receiving fire!
Oh, he just went Ostrupen? Oh, okay.
Ready! Capture complete.
We are losing a sector.
Keep tweaking stuff? Well, I mean, or not. I mean, I guess there will be like some final tweaks, but I think this is pretty much going to be Co 2. Like forever.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Which is nice, actually, because it'll be good for the game to just kind of stop, you know, changing. Let's just get it good enough and then don't have to mess with it anymore. Barton is starting to break out of his box a little bit. I kind of wonder if Katyusha is the right
Our opponents
move.
are seizing a sector.
I don't think Barton is turtling quite hard enough for a Katyusha to be the right build. All a Puma has to do is find a way into the base and that Katyusha's dead. I suppose it wouldn't be easy. He's looking. He's looking. I think he just lost his Puma. That was a mistake. I mean, when I said the Puma has to find a way into the base, I didn't mean it should just dive straight into an AT grenade. That's not really what I had in mind, but, I mean, I appreciate the spirit of the thing. Well, that cost him a 80 fuel. I wonder if he's probably going to just purchase a new one, I suppose. Ooh, that mortar plus rifle nade combo. I don't know, Barton's catching up. He's catching up for sure. Losing the Puma was a shame, but I mean, look at that. You can afford to lose a lot of guys as Soviets, but you can't afford to lose that many. That's getting out of control.
I will wonder what hit him now that we have MG42s.
This is hopeless! Retreat! They are killing us!
We have secured this sector.
This is German territory. Panzer IV.
I said why build Katyusha because he could just make a second tank and probably win. There's like nothing to stop just a tank blob. A Katyusha, I mean, yeah, Katyusha will probably be fine, but if he just went T-34s, then he could probably just end the game. What is Talisman doing? What is happening? You really microwaving something else right now that's like more important than his infantry all dying?
Grenadiers reporting.
I think Barton might take this.
MG42 team is ready for action. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Ooh, that mine. Maxim will be able to hold the line against flanking Grens thanks to that, I think. Unless he gets up and shoots a super duper rifle grenade, which he will. They're pretty clumped. Here it comes. Nah, that didn't do anything.
I'm bleeding out!
That pro dodge.
We're under fire! Russian forces! The enemy is taking our territory.
A penal battalion. He's gonna try and bolster his late game infantry forces with penals. I think he back-teched to tier 1 just to get penals. That is odd. There's some really odd things happening here. Guess that's what he gets for picking a commander without guards. Just knows he can't survive on conscripts, so he's got to make the investment into something better than conscripts.
Grenadiers ready.
How about non-doctrinal guards and non-doctrinal Puma? What do you guys think about that?
We need some reconnaissance.
Light vehicle, like, you need a Puma. In many, many situations, Oster players feel they have to go mobile defense to survive so they can get the Puma. And in many ways, Soviets feel that they have to have guards or their infantry are just worthless. Can't decide if I like those ideas or not. Probably too drastic a change, but might be nice. Ooh.
Points remaining. Increase your manufacturing.
Barton is proving much, much better at watching those flank engagements than Talisman this time around. Look at him go! Look at him go! No problem retreating them in time. They were getting burst down quick. Meanwhile, picking up a penal battalion in the south. Not looking good for Talisman right now. Really not looking good. His T-34s are going to have to make some super duper charge and kill everything. And even then, I don't know if he can come back at this point. He has gone battle phase 2. That's 90 fuel. If he doesn't build the tech structure, that's 90 fuel spent for no reason. So he might be taking advantage of his newfound map control to try and get some Tier 4 units out, actually. Interesting. Has Sedolio really won his first game? My god, I really...
We are ready for action.
I had seeded him so wrong. How?
How can we help?
Maybe I should have just watched that. I should have learned my lesson. Not that this isn't... I mean, I'm enjoying this series, actually. The first game was just total shutout, but this could actually go to 3 games, which would be a nice change of pace, actually. I don't think it, only 3 series out of all of yesterday went to 3 games.
Time to unleash our heavy tanks.
So, no buyer's remorse from me, but still, wow. Sedolio showed up to this tournament.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Yes?
Has he ever made it to round 4 of any tournament? Let alone the semifinals. That's a nice pickup. Nice pickup there with the Katyusha. It's not like it's really a spoiler. I mean, we're gonna see the brackets soon anyway. It's not like you can keep yourself from finding these kinds of things out.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to 200 points.
Where the fuck is he? Keep shooting! Those vicious
Barton really just struggling for anti-tank. Because he's holding out for tier 4 and trying to survive on a Puma and 1 AT gun. Still gonna be quite a while before either of these things arrive. Some people think the Panther sucks now. But I guess Barton doesn't because he must be going Panther. I don't think Broombear would make any sense given this situation. Nor would Panzerwerfer, so he must be going Panther. These T-34s just seem so timid. There's really barely any anti-tank on the field at all. I wonder if an IS-2 maybe is what he's planning later. IS-2 could probably have sealed the game if he had gone with that. I don't know. I don't know. I really think Katyusha was a mistake. It did wipe one squad of Grens.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But it has not done much of anything other than that.
The enemy is firing on our HQ.
Maybe that's just bad aiming on the barrages, or bad RNG, I don't know. His infantry have totally fallen off. Jeez, this lag, what the heck? That is ridiculous. That was like a full second probably. third T-34-85 is coming out. That'll be tough for Barton to stop. That'll be really tough for him to stop. Like, he could legitimately... I know, we were actually talking about this a couple days ago, about how nobody ever goes for an annihilation victory in a tournament, but I think Talisman could actually pull one off. Like, a pretty decent chance that he could just YOLO the base, try and kill the AT gun with the Katyusha, try to kill the Puma with his tanks, and then just be home free. Sit in the base, blowing up buildings.
Enemy squad is trying to engage.
Probably wouldn't be easy to do. And Barton has like 1,000,000 munitions worth of Panzerfausts, so there is that, actually, but I don't know. It could happen.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Keep friendly firing on us.
Base buildings do have pretty high HP, but three T-34s will get it done. Okay, here comes a big charge. He's moving in 3 different fronts simultaneously, knowing that there's not very much AT that can stop him. Tanks the Panzerfaust with that one, and these two are pretty much fine. Going for shots on the command tank. Gets it down to like a bit above health, and then disengages. He's just so timid with those tanks. So timid. Just takes a few little shots here and there. He doesn't seem to want to commit. But he's kind of slowly bleeding to death. He's got to make something happen. He is working the South VP, though. He's going to try and turn the clock back around without having to overcommit his forces, and picks up a wipe down there, actually. He might even go for a steal. Panther's about to be out, and the Puma's vet, too. I don't know. Maybe Talisman's taking the right approach. Maybe he just needs to keep on looking for VP harassment opportunities, but he's just got so far to go. 300 more VPs to go. It's not like he just needs to squeeze out a few more. I think decisive action is his only hope.
The enemy is taking our territory. Sector. We have 300 points remaining.
Here comes the Panther. I think he might dive the base. Nope, just kidding. He wants to kill the Katyusha, but he doesn't want to kill it that badly. Ooh, big hits on that T-34. Down it goes. Panther, Puma, AT gun was just a little bit too much. I don't think he could afford to lose that. That's probably the game. I think Barton might go for a base rush now. It's getting serious. Blink. And that Puma's no joke either. Barton plays a pretty mean mobile defense. feeling the kill count is especially brutal now. It's up by like 80.
Our HQ is under attack.
Oh, you'll get away. Clock is stopped. He needs to cap something. Or with something in the middle. Or actually, he's capping under Maxim fire in the north. But T-34 is going to chase him off. It's just kind of slow death for Talisman, who appears to be holding out for IS-2, but actually is unable to get fuel control. Keeps cranking out penal battalions. How many penal battalions has he made? Just 3, hopefully. Just 3, lost 1. As far as wipes, he's only actually lost 4 squads, which in a 35-minute game, not like a huge amount, I suppose. Barton's lost 2. Really good unit preservation from Barton.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Wow, that plane is pretty strong. Panther takes engine damage, but I don't think it really matters. He has nothing that can follow up. This T-34 is probably not really going to do anything, and Barton has 500 munitions worth of Panzerfausts saved up, and not a single tunnel mine planted. Maybe he doesn't feel that that's necessary. Okay, not holding out for IS-2. He's going to go Su-85. Which actually does seem like a better unit for his playstyle, where he just kind of pokes and pokes. Su-85 is a very good poking unit.
The enemy is attempting to seize our sector. Are seizing a sector.
Target weak point on the Su-85 limits its ability to fire for a moment, giving the Panther a little more time to lay down the deeps. Barton definitely pulled ahead in that tank engagement. Pretty hard to engage at range for T-34s. They need to be more aggressive. Su-85, on the other hand, should be okay as long as the Puma doesn't keep sniping it. Ooh, that was actually close. Puma almost went down right there.
Sector.
Talisman about to be triple capped once again.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Enemy infantry is engaging. We have reduced our foes to 100 points. under attack.
Oh, jeez. Not going.
Enemy is down to 75 points.
Not going ham. Thought he was about to just YOLO into the base. But no. Playing it cool. He's cool. We're cool. There's no hurry. Just 65 more points. He's just gonna cruise right into this victory.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. We have hammered the enemy down to 50 points. Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Clock is briefly stopped by some flanking forces. Barton's kind of concentrated in the middle right now, so he's going to rotate south. Yes. My focus is too narrow today.
We are losing a sector.
Enter try-hard mode when there's $400 on the line. Fun fact, I actually raised $414 for Starcross Cup 4, I think. So Starcross Cup 5 has actually surpassed Starcross Cup 4 by $2. Tournament's getting bigger every year, or every 2 years.
Points remaining.
That's why you had to quit. What, you don't think that Operation Charlie Fox 2 would be equally successful? I don't think it would be.
I
don't see why it wouldn't.
Our territory.
6 months of runway. The audience is there. The community is there. I can raise $400 in 2 weeks. Amy can raise $6,000 in 6 months. It's a lot of work. Come back, the audience asks. I don't know. I don't think Panzer. I don't know if I think Panzerwerfer is the right call here. That thing's going down quick. I don't know. I don't think Talisman's quite got the firepower. Ooh. A lot of tanks though. A lot of tanks coming mid. Look at these bounces. So many bounces. Oh no. He's finally committing. With only half of his tanks, though. If he had just fully committed with his entire arsenal, I think he could have picked some stuff up. The Puma's at half, the Panzer's at half. Su-85 goes down, though. Panzer it doesn't even fire. It just pops out, instantly dead. Abandoned. Yeah, that's the end of it, I think. That is the end of it. Let's check some kill counts. 52 on the command tank, 37,
Is ready.
30, 0, 3, 15 and 22 on the
The
mortars.
squad of pioneers has arrived.
Only 2 kills for the Puma, but it's Vet 3 from all the damage it's done to tanks. And the Panther's got 6, also having done a lot of damage to tanks. Though, I guess MVP goes to this thing. What a beast. Pretty good unit preservation by Barton throughout this game. Gonna suicide his Puma now, I guess. Alright, sure. Dead Puma. He wanted to find the Katusha, but no. No dice.
Upon us. Victory is in our grasp. The enemy has 25 points remaining. The enemy is taking our territory.
"40 kills on that squad. Does he lose them?" Nope, they'll be fine. Just kidding. There's Vet 3 on the Panther. 14, 13. Hey, assist. That's weird. Haven't seen one of those all game.
Panther ready.
Might be a bit late for that.
Enemy can taste defeat. We have 10 points remaining. Taking AT fire. Awaiting orders. Include taken out.
56 kills on this now. 57. Fresh Panther out. 3, 2,
Enemy has killed a machine gunman.
1. And finally, the slow death of Talisman ends at 48 minutes. Barton with 181 VPs, of course, will not get faction selection, however. So I guess he'll be forced to play allies, and I suspect he's going to switch to Soviets rather than Brits since he got annihilated as Brits. Guess we will see what happens going into Game 3. The very first time, in fact, in the entire tournament that I actually get to watch a third game. Let's go find it.